Hey guys, so my name is Leon, and today we're gonna be talking about episode 27 of Big Brother 22, aka Big Brother All Stars. With that being said, let's jump right into the episode. So, as we already know, Tyler and Christmas are currently on the block by Cody, and to me, it's a toss up that one of them could go home. But as Cody, Enzo, and Nicole are kind of deciding who should go home. If you look at the nominees, Christmas is less likely to be loyal to Cody. Like if she wins the next HOH, she's more willing to put up Cody, whereas Tyler is less willing to put up Cody. But I feel like as the episode goes on, Big Brother and the show does a good job of showing the edit and to seeing how Tyler screws up in multiple ways here. And when we get to, Thursday night, which is tomorrow, it'll most likely be a Tyler eviction more than a Christmas eviction. But with that being said, let's get right into it. Let's just explain why Tyler screws up here. And Tyler, is a very good player. He made the final two against KC, Big Brother 20. He's one of the best players to never win the game. But Tyler's made some questionable mistakes. But it's not that he's a bad player. No player is perfect. So first mistake is telling Enzo about the committee and that, obviously Enzo's not involved with, but also the mistake is assuming that Enzo doesn't know about the committee. And I feel like the fact that he tried to tell Enzo about the committee and try to paint Cody in a way that, oh, Cody will get rid of Enzo at Final 7 and have this the committee at Final 6, which Tyler knows is not true, but at the same time, it throws Cody and the other people in the lines under the bus. And if Tyler, unfortunately, if Tyler has better, not say his game awareness is bad, but if he had a better read on how close Cody Enzo was to each other, he should have probably known that Cody Enzo was tight. And even though he tried to like flip Enzo against Cody, I feel like it was a little too late. I feel like when the committee was made and that it was made without Enzo, I feel like when Cody told Enzo it was a good time that he told Enzo, but I feel like Tyler should have told Enzo sometime after, or Tyler should have just forced Cody's hand to tell Enzo at the same time, so that way Enzo will have equal trust with both of them, in my opinion. So I think Tyler misread the situation and tried to like get Enzo to save him and try to make Enzo not trust Cody as much. So I think that's a mistake there. But speaking of Tyler, also there was a segment in the episode with Memphis and Tyler talk about um their fathers and talk about how they started watching Big Brother and the situations that they deal with growing up. I think this segment tried to show Memphis a more human light, but unfortunately, because of the stuff he said on the live feeds, I think for Memphis it's too late for him to not say he can't be shown like as a good person, but I feel like the stuff he said about Ian and David in the live feeds, if you guys watch the live feeds, has already made him to be the villain, and also all that stuff has made online. Because I was obviously when you have live feeds, people are gonna talk about it and they post articles about it and whatnot. So Memphis right now is not looking great. I mean, sure, the casuals who don't read the online articles, maybe they don't mind Memphis, but I think Memphis is already not looking great. And not just outside of the house, but I think inside the house too. I think not say he's a goat, but I feel like if it's not against Christmas, I think it'll be a hard chance for him to win. Maybe it'll be close against like a Nicole or Enzo, but I feel like if he's up against Tyler, he loses. He's up against Cody, he loses. And I think even Nicole, he loses because he loses Danny's vote and Christmas vote and some of the other votes and all that stuff. So there's that. But I think Memphis only can truly beat Christmas in the final scenario, which is why he's so loyal to her. And but other reasons. Anyways, back to the segment of Tyler and Memphis. So Tyler explains to Memphis about their fathers, and Memphis explained that his dad died at an early age, which is unfortunate. And Tyler also talks about how his dad is also dead and how he only watched his Big Brother because of his father was watching with him at an early age, and how Ty became a super fan or fan of the show and got into Big Brother. So I think that's a decent segment there. But like I said, Tyler, it was good to see Tyler and it's more emotional. Other than, him talk about his professor's love, Angela, and all that stuff, which is fine. Anyways, another segment also talked about how Cody and Enzo have just natural chemistry, and they was talking about just they just goof around, and Nicole's sitting there like, oh, when Memphis and not Memphis, but when Enzo and Cody get together, it's like they talking in code or something. I don't know. And Nicole was like confused by some of the stuff that Cody and Enzo was saying to each other when she was in the room with them. I think that's a decent segment as well. With that being said, let's just get to the Beetle competition and talk about that a little bit. Um, so in the Beetle, obviously Cody wins it, and he wins it with a press of time too. He wins it with 4 minutes, and Enzo and Tyler timeout with 25 minutes, which sucks for Tyler. But I think Enzo, good that he do the comp because if he were left the same, he could have made Tyler and Christmas upset more than they already are, like not trusting him. Well, Tyler still trusts him, but I mean Christmas sees through him now. Um, and it's interesting that I think Nicole was the second place finisher with 7 minutes and Memphis with 8. And Christmas had 10 minutes. Yikes. Anyways, Cody won the Beetle. The Beetle is kind of like one of those final four beaters where you have to match the things or put them in order. And it's actually kind of similar to BB Comics, but it's not BB. It wasn't BB Comics, but obviously, but it's kind of similar to BB Comics where you put the right order, the right objects in the right places and whatnot. And it was based on past house guests and what they ate and whatnot. It was an interesting competition. Anyways, even before Cody wins it and after Cody wins it, Christmas and Tyler still try to campaign to keep themselves in the house. And then Tyler tries to, like with Enzo, tries to tell Cody, hey, I will never put you up, bro. I'll never put you up, man. And I just think Tyler, like I said, with the whole telling us about the committee, with the whole, hey, try to paint Memphis and Christmas as this big duo that Cody needs to take out, I think it's just all too late. And I think his approach wasn't great at it. I think he should have. I mean, with Tyler, I'm not saying he should not try to flip out Nicole. I just feel like Tyler was running out of pieces to use against Cody and Enzo, and well, not Enzo, but use against like Cody, Danny, and Nicole and whatnot. And I feel like when this committee alliance would have broke off, that's who people he would have targeted. Obviously, when it's HOH, he targeted Danny and took it out. Anyways, but I think Tyler tried his best, but it just fell flat. Christmas early in the episode tried to quiet Cody, and Cody was just sitting there looking uncomfortable. Cody's like, "Oh my god, Christmas!" And I think Christmas at least tried, but fortunately for Christmas, he's sitting next to one of the biggest players in the game, one of the best players to not win the game in Tyler. And you would think that Cody should keep Tyler because Tyler's loyal to him, but at the same time, when you have somebody who's that good of a player like Tyler on the block, and he's always been a block before, you didn't take him out. I think it's a great option to take him out then and there. I think Cody, for lack of better words, should take out Tyler here. But then again, take out Christmas because I think either way, even though Tyler is more loyal to Cody than Christmas is, Tyler will still might try to flip with Memphis to try to vote Cody out anyways, or Enzo, whoever, or Nicole. So I think it's a decent move. I don't know. Like Tyler's more loyal, but Chris is more or less likely to work with Cody during this stage of the game. I don't know. Anyways, the Beetle ceremony happens. Cody does not use the Beetle. Why is it's good that he didn't use Beetle. Why is enough that he didn't need to use the Beetle. And we have Tyler or Christmas going home. But before I end the episode, it was kind of weird that the announcers like use like a Christmas song to describe like, oh, towards the night before Christmas. It was kind of weird to me. I don't know. I think I guess they try to like throw people off the scent like, oh, Christmas could be more days than Tyler. But like I said, if you watch live feeds or you see some of the spoilers online, you would think otherwise. Or I don't know. Eh, either way, it is what it is. I think yeah, if I was Cody, I would target Tyler too, but I would like give it thought. I don't know. Anyways, it's gonna be an interesting episode tomorrow. Tyler goes home. We'll see if Enzo or Nicole could win because I think that'd be best bet for Cody. If Memphis or Christmas wins, I think Cody might be in trouble. But anyways, thank you guys for listening and watching this video. More recaps coming soon, and adios.